Hello friends, welcome back. I am Ms. Divya Rekha Maharana, Assistant Professor in the Department of ECE, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. In the previous videos, you must have seen the generation of microprocessor, pin description of 8086 microprocessor, and the architecture of 8086 microprocessor. In this video, you are going to see what are the addressing modes in 8086 microprocessor. So before going to the addressing modes, let's have an introduction. What the introduction contains is, what is a program? A program is a set of instructions written to solve a problem. And what is an instruction? An instruction is nothing but the directions which a microprocessor follows to execute a task or part of a task. The instructions are given by the user. You must have known how the computer languages are classified. Computer language is two types. One is your high level, another one is your low level. Low level language is again classified into two types, machine language and assembly language. Machine language is the binary bits. Assembly language consists of English alphabets, mnemonics and assembler. What is mnemonics? Mnemonics is known as the machine language, which we are using in the microprocessor, that is known as, we are doing whatever the programming, that is known as assembly language programming. Here you can have a look on the assembly language programming, how we are going to write the program. So as an example, I have taken a program to add to 16-bit data. So this is one of the method I have discussed here. So where you have to write the program. So you have to first originate the program in the data segment. At which memory location you are going to store the program, that is, you have to indicate the origin address or the stacking address. So ORG1104 means originate at this 1104 address. Define the keywords, that is your sum and carry. Because as you are going to add to 16-bit data, it will produce the result as a sum and carry. So sum, as you are going to add 16-bit data, the sum is going to be 16-bit. So sum is defined as a defined word and carry is defined as 0. So make this sum and carry as 0 at first. So now the data segment ends. Then start the programming. The programming you have to do in the code segment area. Assume that CS is the code, this is the shortcut form, and DS is for data segment. Now start at 1000. Write the codes. Move AX, 205A means load the first data in AX register, that is my first data is 205A hexadecimal. Then move BX, 40EDH. Load the second data in BX register, that is my second data is 40ED. Means here I am going to add two 16-bit data, that is 205A and 40ED. Now to store the carry, each carry will be only 1 byte, so you can use the 1 byte register, 8-bit register, that is CL, to store the carry. First make clear the carry by loading 0 into it. Then add the content of AX, BX. After using this instruction, add AX, BX, the content of BX and AX is going to be added, and the result is going to be stored in the AX register. Now AX register contains the sum. So you have defined the sum keyword in the data segment. Now move the result stored in AX register to the sum. Now what's your task? You have to check whether there is a carry is present or not. So for that you have to use the instruction JNC, jump if no carry. If there is no carry, then jump to ahead. This is the level. Then if there is no carry means already carry is set at 0, so 0 will be moved to carry. If there is a carry occurs, then increment CL, so CL will be 1. If there is a carry means CL will be 1, that will be stored into carry. Then halt, stop the program. Here the code ends, the code segment ends, and the total program ends. So this is a basic example to know how to do the programming. Next, we will discuss about the addressing modes. What are the addressing modes used in 8086 microprocessor? What do you mean by addressing modes? Addressing modes is nothing but the different ways in which a source operand is denoted in an instruction are known as addressing modes. The different way of denoting the source operands to the instruction. Okay. So here you can see there are 12 different addressing modes that are divided into 5 groups. That is, group 1 is addressing modes for register and immediate data, that is register addressing and immediate addressing. Group 2 is addressing modes for memory data. All these 6 addressing modes will related to memory. Then group 3 is addressing modes for IO ports, that is to address directly or indirectly the IO ports. Then fourth one is the relative addressing and fifth one is the implied addressing. Let's discuss one by one. First one is your register addressing mode. In register addressing mode, you are going to use the source and destination both as the registers. So example, move CL, DH. The content of DH, this is the source, CL is the source, DH is the destination. So the content of DH is going to be copied into CL. Here you can see the content of DH is going to be copied into the CL register. Immediate addressing, here the operand is going to be immediate data. Either you can take 8-bit or you can take 16-bit. If you are using 8-bit data as the destination, then your source is also going to be 8-bit register. If you are going to use 0A9F, that is your 16-bit immediate data, then your destination register is going to be also 16-bit. So before going to the addressing modes of related to memory, you have to know how to calculate the memory address. Okay, so how to calculate the memory address? As I told you earlier also, the memory has been segmented. The physical address is divided into segment address and offset address. The segment address is multiplied by 16 or left shift 4 bits to obtain the base address. To the base address, the 16-bit offset address is going to be added. Here in example you can see, here I have taken one example, segment and offset. Segment address is 89AB and offset address is F012. If you are going to multiply by 16 or you are going to left shift by 4 bits, then the base address is going to be 89AB0. Here you can see 89AB0 is the base address. To this you are going to add the offset address. So this is nothing but the physical address or absolute address where originally the data is present. This is the way how to calculate the 20-bit address from the segment address and the offset address. Next come to direct addressing. In direct addressing, directly the memory location where the data is present is given as the operand. So here you see the example, move BX, 1354. So the content of 1354 is going to be moved or copied into the BX register. So that means here destination is going to be 16-bit. 16-bit means 2 bytes is going to be collected from 1354. Means the content of 1354 will be copied into BL and the content of 1355, that is one memory location, is going to be incremented, that is 1355 content is going to be copied into BH. Similarly, move BL, 0400H means the content of 0400 is going to be copied into BL. As the destination is only 8-bit register, so only 1 byte of data is going to be copied. Next is your register indirect addressing mode. Indirect addressing mode means here you are going to store the memory location in one of the registers. So what are the registers are used to store the effective address? You can use the register BX, base pointer, destination index and source index. So for this, the data segment register is used for the base address calculation. Here you can go for a example where the content of BX register is going to be copied into CX. So before that, you need to calculate the physical address or the absolute address or memory address. So here effective address is content of BX. So base address is the segment address multiplied by 16 or left shift 4 bits. The memory address or physical address is going to be base address plus effective address. So whatever the memory address came, the content of that memory address is moved to CX. As I told, as the destination is 16 bit, so 2 bytes are going to be collected. So the content of memory address will be copied into CL and the content of memory address plus 1 means the next memory location content is going to be copied into CH register. Next come to based addressing. In based addressing, BX, the register BX or base pointer register is used to hold the base value for effective address and a signed 8-bit or unsigned 16-bit displacement will be specified in the instruction. From the example you will be clear. So before that you have to remember these points. Based on these points you have to work how to calculate the physical address or memory address. In case of 8-bit displacement, it is sign extended to 16-bit before adding to the base value. When BX holds the base value of effective address, the physical address is going to be calculated from BX and data segment. If you are using BP, that is base pointer, to hold the base value of effective address, at that time stack segment is used to calculate the memory address. So here you see one example. Move AX, BX plus 08 means by using this BX plus 08, BX holds the effective address plus the unsigned. Here 08 means unsigned 8-bit displacement has been used. But you have to calculate the memory address. So first you need to extend the sign bit. Here sign bit is 0. So extend the sign bit. So 0008. Now effective address is going to be calculated. That is nothing but content of BX plus 0008. So that then you calculate, as you have used BX as the to store the offset register, offset address. So for this the segment is nothing but data segment. So for that you have to calculate the base address by using that segment address content, that is data segment multiplied by 16 or left shift 4 bits. So next is to calculate the physical address or memory address by adding the base address and effective address. Now whatever the memory address calculated, that is going to be copied, the content of that memory address is going to be copied into X. Means that content of the memory address to AL and the content of the next memory location to AH register. Next is your index addressing. In index addressing, the source index and destination index register is used to hold the index value, as well as 8-bit or 16-bit displacement is also used. So here also if you are using source index register means that segment register used is the data segment. If you are using destination index register means the segment register used is extra segment. Here you can see how you are going to calculate the physical address. Here you see 0A2. Why 0 is used before A means A is not an alphabet, it's an hexadecimal digit. That A means 1010. So the sign bit is 1 means it's a signed number. So 1 is going to be copied. So to make it 16 bit, it becomes FFA2, that is sign extended. Then calculate the memory address, then move the content of memory address to CL register and the next memory location contents to the CH register. Next is your based index addressing mode. In based index addressing mode, the effective address is calculated from the sum of base register, that is either BX or BP, an index register, that is SI or DI, and a displacement, either 8-bit or 16-bit. So here you can see the combination of base addressing and index addressing is nothing but your based index addressing. So here the same process is going to be used. In example, you can see the same process is going to be used. Next is the string addressing. In string addressing, whenever there is string operation, there should be a source and there should be a destination. For source, you are using source index and data segment register, and for destination, you are going to use the destination index DI and extra segment register. This is fixed for all the string addressing related or string instructions. So here one example you see, move S byte, move the string of bytes. So for that you have to calculate the memory address for both source memory location as well as destination memory location. Then from source to destination you can move by using this string instruction move X. So when string instruction comes, there is the use of the direction flag. While discussing in the previous lecture about direction flag, I told if direction flag is set to 1, then there will be auto decrementing mode, means the strings are going to be moved in auto decrementing mode, and if it is 0, then it is auto incrementing mode. Next come to direct and indirect IO port addressing. In direct addressing, you are going to give directly the address, and in indirect port addressing, you are going to store the address in one of the register. That is the difference. In example, you see in AL, 09H. Here 09H is nothing but the port address. So the content of this port address is going to be copied into AL register. That is, you are going to move or it is going to be read. Similarly, in indirect addressing port addressing mode, see the example. Here you are going to use the DX register to store the port address, out DX, AX. So DX is going to store the port address. So whatever the content of AX, that is going to be moved into DX, means the memory location AX content, the lower byte is going to be moved into the port address assigned by the DX register, and the AH content is going to be moved to the next port address. Let's come to the relative addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the effective address of a program instruction is specified relative to instruction pointer. Means with the help of instruction pointer, you are going to calculate the memory address. So here see one example, JZ0AH. Jump if 0 flag is set, then jump to the memory address where you are going to calculate the memory address with the help of instruction pointer and this displacement value. So effective address you are going to calculate the content of instruction pointer plus 000AH, that is sign extended. Then calculate base address. Here you are going to take the port segment register as the segment for segment address. Then implied addressing is nothing but the instructions which doesn't contain any operand. Example here CLC, clear the carry flag. All the instructions used to set or clear the flag registers that are comes under implied addressing mode, as well as no operation, halt, all these instructions will come under implied addressing mode. So this is all about the addressing mode. In next video we will discuss about the instruction set. Thank you.